Members, and we got two of them here tonight, of the old Saturday Night Live gang, and a very talented and funny guy, and he co-wrote and stars in the new movie Ghostbusters 2, which opens, I think, tonight here. There's a premiere, I think, and then around the country tomorrow. Would you welcome Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be working with Bill and everybody again, and we put it together, and it's going to happen, and it looks like a good film.
Yeah, why did I think this was number 3? It's only the number 2, right?
Well, that's you're reading my hopeful thinking. That's you're reading my mind there. I'd like to keep it going, but it's up to the other boys. It's kind of it's like wrestling squid a little bit, Got to get out there and get the nets, get them all together, and
see, Indiana Jones is the 3rd time.
Yeah.
And Star Trek is the 4th time?
Yeah.
Why shouldn't you go 3 or 4 times?
Well, what happens is these characters, are so well known to the audiences, and they just bear more exploitation. People want to see them again, so that's why we decided to all come back.
Now, when somebody told me that you believe in ghosts, or you have a ghost in your house...
Well, let me, I'm the eternal researcher.
Were they putting me on or what?
Well, I'm the eternal researcher. There's been a history in my family. Last time we were here together, I showed you that picture of my grandfather with the heads, and I brought my journal for psychical research, which last time... It was a pretty esoteric, journal that time because, they get into things like here, on the quantum mechanics of consciousness with application to anomalous phenomena. Well, sometimes you find accessible things, like there's an article about the seen and the unseen, and here's a good one. Spiritualist healers in Mexico, successes and failures of alternative therapeutics. Now, these are the healers that go in with, their hands and a pencil, and they do kind of,
Psychic surgery.
Can you just imagine? I mean, why didn't my appendix thing work out? Well, senor, I just had a mesquite and my hands and my fingernails. I mean, you can't expect miracles. It's like... And
they go into psychic surgery in this sense.
Yeah, they go into psychic surgery.
What do they say about it?
Well, I mean, he says sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm sorry, you're out of luck today.
Yes.
But we have an old house in Hollywood. And the other day, something happened. We were all standing around. And one of the guys said, a weird thing happened. The key to the gas fireplace was removed, and the gas was turned on, and the key was thrown into the grate among the ashes. And this is like, that's not.
Mean somebody took it out?
Yeah, someone deliberately did this. So that was item 1. Item 2, we're standing around, and we were in the kitchen, about 4 of us, and the dog started to go like somebody had stepped on him. Did you step on a dog? I didn't step on the dog. Did you? It was that kind of thing. So looking in my research, I look up this book, The Seen and the Unseen. It says here that one of the events was a number of inexplicable physical effects, including movements of heavy furniture, a nightmarish black figure that spoke in blasphemies. Sounds like a night at home with me, really.
Yes.
And something that was apparently tangible enough to grapple with the family dog. So if you have a dog, they are the best ghost detectors that one...
Well, isn't it possible? Now, isn't it just entirely possible? See, I'm rather skeptical on this.
Yeah, well,
isn't it possible that the flea could have bit the dog, and the dog went, wow, and everybody says, aha!
Yeah, but
and the fireplace key is missing, and the dog jumped. Now, come on, Dan.
Well, I don't know. As I say, these are.
What other phenomena have you observed?
Well, we have 2 technicians in the house there. We have a sound lab downstairs. They were downstairs, and they were programming samples and stuff, and they were interrupted. They heard something on the stairs. They heard a door slam. And they heard like a vocal cry, like an aria from an opera, like, oh, like this. They looked at each other. You going to go up and check that out? I'm not going up to check that out. It was that kind of exchange where they just kind of stayed down. We all came home after this party we'd gone to. They told us about the event, and we started to research in the history of the house, found out that the woman who owned the house before, her name was Margaret Oliver, and she was a vocal coach. And she trained Jane Russell, apparently. So every ghost that I've come across or heard about, you can actually apply and put a name to. They actually have names, and...
well, if you find that ghost of James Russell, give me a call.
Yeah, Jane Russell, sure. No, she's still around.
Are you seriously believe this, or would you like to believe this?
I have to say, this group here, Society for Psychical Research, 5 West 73rd Street, New York, send your money. They've been in existence since 1904, so I have to say there's got to be something to it. There really has to be something to it.
I just haven't seen anything yet that anybody has done.
Well, for myself, you asked the audience here, I went out and asked the audience, so I'm sure they've either heard a ghost story, an aunt, an uncle, a grandmother, a grandfather has told them about events. that have happened. One of the greatest ones, a colleague from Second City, I don't know if I mentioned it the last time, but I won't mention his name. He was asleep in his bed one night, midnight. He was going out, he was about 19, going out with a 16-year-old girl. And he woke up in the middle of the night, bolt upright, and there at the end of the bed was the girl's father.
Well,
I don't want you to see my daughter again. You know, that's what he laid. And it was like, how the hell did you get in the house? You know, that kind of thing. The apparition disappeared. Next day they found out the guy had died at midnight. He came back to warn this fella, hey, stay away from my daughter in life now that I'm gone. Well, now, that is an event. I had to cry this story out of him. And some people admit, some people don't, you know.
I have no explanation for that, Dan.
That's just...
I don't even know how salmon get back upstream to lay, you know, and then die. That baffles me,
what
too.
Else? So there's all kinds of stuff here.
We had Shirley MacLaine on last week, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she
discussing chakras and so forth, and I just didn't quite understand it, but she seems comfortable with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as I say, I'm just assembling research. You know, I'm not going to say either way. You know, you have to decide.
We should keep an open mind.
That's right. I think so.
Often in here we hear the ghost of comedy past.
Yes.
You know, coming in. You say, I think I heard a laugh. And it's really not there.
That's right. That's right.
I've often wondered if you tell a joke in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, is it funny?
No. The trees are laughing.
No, I don't know. It's an interesting theory. Anyway, that's good.
There it is. Yeah, there it is. There's some, yeah.
It gets pretty deep, doesn't it?
It's not too bad. Yeah, they're professional researchers. You know, they're into it. Yeah.
Well, we should check that out. We have to do this first?
Okay.
We're going to come right back, and we'll talk about some other things. Bill Murray's here, and other people. Julie Budd's here.
Ask me if I was a class clown once.
Bill Murray will be out in a moment. I understand there's going to be the reunion of the Saturday Night Gang in September?
Like, in September, we're going to get as many people as we can all back together, and that'll be fun.
You should do, I still remember you doing The Untouchables. You do a great Bob Stack. Now he's got the Unsolved Mystery, so you can go right back to that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How'd you used to call them in the next room? You got that...
Lee, Rico, Youngblood, bring the car around by the back. Don't let anybody see me smoke a cigarette. Might take the image.
Oh, yeah. Well, that Unsolved Mysteries thing. I mean, they can open it.
You got 2 years ago, a woman couldn't find her dentures. They're gone. The bottom of Chesapeake Bay. Who was going to drag for them? We don't know.
This, you can do anything.
You just go on.
Yeah.
Reality show.
Robert Stack. He's great. Real nice guy, too. I worked with him on something. He's a real good man.
You're going to you got a farm up in Canada? Somebody said?
We have a farm up in Canada. It's
working farm?
A working farm, a crop farm, and it's way up there in eastern Ontario, and, it's kind of the back country. You get, no kidding, huh? And you get up about 200 miles north of where I am. You need bush planes to get into things, and I'm just thinking, I kind of reflect here. I'm 37 years old. When I started Saturday Night Live in '75, the only VCRs you had were those big 3/4-inch ones.
Right.
Disposable lighters were just becoming like, happening thing. Now we have cellular phones, and now we have fax at the farm.
Fax machine.
So, I mean, certain confusing things can happen. Like, I heard of a story the other day. A couple of farmers up there, getting modernized and everything. One guy calls the other and says, I got that information on that grains species you wanted me to send you. I'll fax it to you. What? I said I'll fax you. Well, fax you. What? I said, well, fax this. Well, what the fax you talking about? It could be a real mother faxer. You know what I mean? I just,
Once they get your number.
Yeah.
The problem with having a fax machine, if some of these advertisers get your home fax, they can start sending stuff to you and pile it up by the reams. That's the problem I have in it.